Here with former unified welterweight champion. Oh, my bad, lineal welterweight champion, Jaron Ennis. My bad, I disrespected
That's
you.
three of them things,
I
man.
apologize. So what's good with you?
What's going on?
Man, I'm chilling, man. All right, so recently announced, I think you announced it yesterday.
Yeah.
October 11th, Wells Fargo, hometown.
Yeah.
You, Uisma Lima.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling great about it. You know, excited to be at a new weight class. You know, I'm ready. I'm ready to put on a show. You know, make a big statement. You know, let everybody know that I'm here at 154. And you know, like I said, we coming for everybody. So you know, I'm ready to make this big statement and handle this business, and then get these other guys out the way.
All right, Lima, top 10 rated fighter in the junior middleweight rankings, IBO champion. What does he bring to the table that could make this a difficult fight?
I actually just watched him a little bit yesterday, and I mean, he just like he, you know, throw a lot of punches, like volume punches, and you know, try to break you. That's about it. But that's not gonna happen.
What I'm intrigued about is the narrative at 147 is that you were the bigger man and that you were just bigger than everybody and stronger than everybody. But this is going to be for the first time that you are in there with a guy that's bigger than you.
Yeah.
He's 6 feet tall. I think he's fought a couple fights at 60, but it's been at 154 his whole career. What do you think that looks like?
It's gonna look good. You know, I feel like, you know, me fighting a bigger guy, and you know, we're gonna shut everybody up. You know, everybody always say that I'm the bigger guy. They always say this, they say that. But now I ain't the bigger guy now. So now what? So after I do what I do to him, what they gonna say then?
Were you surprised of all the backlash that you got with picking Lima, or when that list came out of opponents that supposedly Eddie Hearn has offered to face you on October 11th?
I mean, surprised, yeah, because that's not like who we wanted. You know, I asked for, you know, Ramos and Chuck and all those other guys. You know, and Lima was the only one that was available that took it. Everybody else either injured or got a fight coming up or mandatory. And like I said before, I'm glad somebody, you know, I'm glad Lima took it. And he a top 10 guy and he a IBO champion. So, you know, we gonna handle him, get him out the way, and then, you know, on to the next. You know, we gonna get busy. Did
you see what he posted on Instagram when the fight was announced?
No.
You know, he said you're the number one guy at 47.
Yeah.
Is that you're moving up to his division. And does that excite you?
Yeah, that get me excited. You know, and with guys like this, even though, you know, he's not known, you know, and with guys like this, you can't take lightly. You know, you gotta treat them like they're a name fighter. You know, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna treat him like, you know, he a top, you know, pound for pound king, and I'm gonna go in there and just handle business and be me.
He said he's comfortable with, or he's used to going into people's hometowns and beating them.
Yeah. And
that this will be no different.
He tripping. It's a whole different vibe. He gonna have what, 15, 16, 17,000 plus going against him. It's a whole different vibe. You know, I feel like he never been on this type of stage. So when he actually get here, you're gonna be kind of like starstruck. I feel like damn, like I'm finally in here. And then when he get in here with me, I feel like he gonna be like, he a lot faster, a lot stronger than what I thought. You know.
That was when you were coming up, when you were a prospect. Everything was, oh, he's slick, he's flashy, but
it's always a but. No?
Yeah. Do you think people are surprised with how strong you are when you get in the ring?
I think so. You know, after every fight that I had, you know, when I was coming up, you know, in the rankings and things like that, everybody was after every fight. It was like, yo, you a lot stronger than I thought. You a lot faster than I thought. You know, it's actually different when you're in there, and when niggas get in there with me, it's a whole different story.
So what you're saying is different. It's a difference between watching the Discovery Channel and the Swimming with Jaws.
Facts. It's different from watching me on TV. Yo, when you get in there with me, you be like, dang, he's a lot faster than I thought. You can't really touch him. And he in there playing with me. Like, it's just, like, I'm just too much.
I feel like the question on the world's mind is, what is Jaron Ennis going to look like at 154?
Yep. Yeah, that's what everybody want to see. You know, and like I said, we gonna put on an explosive, you know, beautiful performance. You know, we're gonna have some fun, man. We here now. We at 154, so we here. ready to put on some dominant performances, some beautiful shows, some beautiful highlight knockouts. You know, just have fun.
Boots.
Yeah.
Heard you need 2 tune-ups.
They be tripping, bro. I don't know what they be talking about. They be listening to all these narratives and all this other goofy stuff they be saying. They only be doing it because they know I don't be saying that. I'll be on a quiet tip and I don't really be saying too much, and I be letting them talk because they don't know what really be going on in the background, you know. And they tripping. I never ask for no tune-up. Stop listening to people. Stop listening to social media. Just because I'm not saying nothing, don't mean I did what they saying. Like, I gotta stop listening to social media. Stop listening to all that stuff. But you know, I don't need no 2 tune-ups. And like I said before, I'm glad that I'm able to be able to fight somebody in the top 10. He was the only available guy. You know, everybody else was, you know, got mandatories, or they injured and stuff like that, or got fights coming up. So it is what it is.
All right, so in a recent interview, your promoter, Eddie Hearn, said that as far as you go, your side, that the Vergil Ortiz fight is done. Mm-hmm. That when you signed your extension with Matchroom, it included a fight with Vergil Ortiz, mm-hmm. and that January, February would be the date that y'all looking at. But as far as you go, you have agreed that is the fight that you want, October 11th, after Uisma Lima. All right, and then Oscar De La Hoya did an interview and he said that February seems like the perfect time, that he loves the fight, that the fight is going to happen soon, and that you're a great fighter, but when you're against Vergil, it'll be different. At that, you know, I think right after that, maybe a day or two after that, Vergil's manager, Rick Meridian, comes out and said the fight's not going to happen in January or anytime soon, that no promoters is going to negotiate without him, that you've been offered the fight 2 and 3 times, and just that that you need Vergil, and Vergil doesn't need you, and that he's going to negotiate. Well, he's in active negotiations with somebody that is bigger than you'll ever be. What's your response?
My response is I did my part. You know, I signed my part, did my part. And, you know, I don't know what kind of confusion they got going on over there, but, you know, like I said, I did my part. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And but my main focus right now is Lima. So after I handle business with Lima and do what I'm going to do to him, you know, destroy him, get him out of here, and put on a show, you know, and then we'll see what's next after that. But yeah, I did my part though, so it's in their hands.
So you made a statement in which that if you don't hear it from you, don't believe it.
Facts, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would be trying to tell everybody. They keep believing all these false narratives and all this goofy stuff going on, saying I need this, I need that. I don't need none of that, bro. Like, they be tripping, bro. I don't know what type of time they be on.
All right, so Andre Ward made a statement that the only fight that's intriguing him as far as we're coming out of retirement is a fight with Anthony Joshua. And he kind of spoke on this before, where, you know, that's a fight that he always wanted, and that's the fight that kind of like would get him out of bed. That he sees certain things that he'll be able to capitalize on. What do you think of Ward coming out? I think he might be 38 years old, or shit. No, you got to be older than that, right? 41?
For a heavyweight fight?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think he should stay retired, you know. Anthony Joshua, that's a big dude. You know, I mean, Andre Ward got the skills and everything, and to pull it off though, but that's a big guy, you know, and we don't know if he can take, you know, Joshua a punch. At the end of the day, Joshua, he's not a bad fighter. He's a good fighter, you know, and he got some good pop. So I don't know. I think he should stay retired, you know, and enjoy his career, you know, enjoy his fruits and his labors.
Would it be different that if he was coming off of still fighting, but he's been out of the ring for like 5 years?
I feel like that's not a good thing to do. Or he been sitting around, or I mean, who knows? He probably still training and stuff like that, but just not coming off a crazy layoff and going straight to a heavyweight fight. I think that's a little kind of like insane. I feel like he should at least test the waters at like cruiserweight or something, just to get that feel or anything, you know, we don't know how much Ward walking around at. Ward could be probably still in like good fight shape right now. Like we don't know. Joshua probably like 240.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. If Andre Ward's still around like the 175, 180, even 190, that's still a big difference. Like 200, that's still a big difference. Them boys up there punching, man. You know, I don't know. Maybe if Andre Ward was a little younger, you know, and like active, I'd like to fight. You know, I think Andre Ward got the tools to beat him. You know.
As a fighter, especially a fighter on Andre Ward's level, Hall of Famer and whatnot, you're a world champion.
Yeah.
Do you always look, even at the higher weight classes, like, yo, I could beat that guy? Like,
Yeah.
is there ever a fight that you don't think you can win?
No, for sure. Sometimes you look at, like, sometimes when I be watching some of the fights that be at like 175 and like 60, I be like, yo, I know I could, like, I know I could touch them boys, like, for sure. Like, I know I could beat them. Like,
So you understand the mindset?
yeah, I understand the mindset. I mean, I feel like it's a good mindset to have, but being off for that long and being, how old is Ward? Like 40?
You think Ward's 40 or 41?
Yeah, I don't like that. He been off for probably what, like 7, 8 years, maybe probably 10 years, maybe. The last time
Nah,
he
this
fought,
was like 5, 6 years ago.
he fought Koloff in like 2015, I think.
Damn, yeah?
I think so. I think that was his last fight, right?
Yeah, the last fight was the rematch against Kovalev.
Yeah, that might have been like 2015. That was HBO. Was still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like now off the layoff. Maybe if he get a fight at like cruiserweight or get a, I don't know. Maybe he sees something that I don't see. I don't know. I just, like I said, I think we're big enough. I think we're good enough to beat him. You know, but just I don't know. I think that size. You know, I know he got the skills and the ability and stuff like that, but I think that size is going to do it.